Hi guys, Patrick here, and today I'm doing another toy review. Now this one is another part of my horror figures that I reviewed previously on the channel. Not previously, a few weird years back maybe, who knows. So I looked at the NECA Ultimate Freddy Krueger, the NECA Ultimate Chucky, which is one of my more popular reviews, so thank you. Um, and another few horror related items. So I figured, why not review another one? So today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA It Pennywise 1990 version 2. Now, this figure I got in Wexford in GameStop. They have a GameStop there. And I got this guy along with a few other things I'll be reviewing for the next few weeks, like the Cuphead and Mugman figures, which I don't think you can see in the background. Oh, there they are. Yeah, those guys right there. Will you see them in the background? Hopefully you do. Okay, so I'm going to review this guy first because I immediately saw this on the shelf, and I was wondering, wait, is this who I think it is? So I removed it from the shelf, looked inside, I was like, I have to have it. Um, so I got this version, and then there were two other ones in GameStop. They were both 2017, where I had the I Love Dairy version and the one where it has the house on it. Who knows? So I got this one because Tim Curry's Pennywise is better in my opinion. Or rage at me in the comments saying which Pennywise is better. I prefer this one rather than the terrifying Bill. Don't get me wrong, Bill Skarsgård does a good job of portraying Pennywise. This is the Pennywise I always look up to. The happy, jolly clown who's also terrifying at the same time. So, let's go over him. So, you know how this works. We're going to go over sculpt, paint, accessories, and articulation. So, first things first is the sculpt. Now, of course, with NECA, the sculpt is phenomenal. Does a really nice job of portraying Tim Curry's iconic performance as Pennywise. And this is his default face that comes out of the package, which is a happy, smiling face. Um, I love the metallic paint that they use for the sleeves. It gives them a nice shine, kind of like they did back in the movie. The jacket printing on mine is pretty clean, but others might experience differently. The hands here are good sculpting as well. They even have like the little lines. I don't know if you can see that there. But they do have like the little like sculpted in lines on the gloves there. Um they even have the little pom-poms on there, which looks nice. Now I've heard on other reviews that these have a tendency to peel off, so especially when you're moving this one, even on mine, you can kind of see a small little gap there, but it's not that bad. So be careful when you're crunching the waist because this pom-pom especially can kind of peel off a small bit, which you can kind of see a tiny bit on mine, but it's really not that bad. You just need to be careful when out crunching him. The pants are, of course, appropriately really baggy and everything like that. And you got the boots there, the shoes, which look nice as well, and the little lines right there. So overall, NECA did a really good job on this Pennywise. So he looks great. You look at the guy; he looks like Pennywise. So let's get into it. Now let's go on to the accessories. Now we do have quite a bit to cover, but nothing too bad. First, let's go over the hands. So the default hands out of the package are these like kind of relaxed hands, but you also get this hand that kind of has more of a grabbing motion, like he's reaching out for the loser's glove. And he does come on another one, but we'll get to that later. And then he has a balloon holding hand for another accessory that we'll get onto later. And my favorite hand that he comes with, or second favorite, is this turning into a monster hand. Now I don't remember this from the miniseries, but I do think it's a cool hand nonetheless, or it looks like it's going to scratch up the loser's glove. Now let's get into another. Hold on. Let's get into another accessory, which is this big monster hand. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm assuming this is the hand that he tried to reach out for the Losers Club when he was going down when he was going down that pipe. So overall, painting and sculpting is really good on this. And with this hand, you also get a alternate sleeve part. Now, how this goes on, you remove all the hands, and then you put the hand in there before you put the hand on, and then that's supposed to be like that his sleeve is getting ripped up from the sheer scale of the hand, which is cool. Now let's go on to the turn back now balloon. So it's a yellow balloon with the printing turn back now. I think it's reversed because of this camera, but it is hollow. Now the original, now I mentioned this is version 2. They released another 1990 Pennywise where this came with a bunch of balloons, but this one only comes with the one, and he also came with different facial expressions and monster hands and that little thing, that the spinny round thing that he was in the library with. So the balloon is okay, and it does have a little bit of bendy wire in it, so you can bend it around if you want to your desired position, kind of make it look like it's blowing in the wind, which is cool. And now let's get on to the alternate heads. So first we get this happy, jolly, smiley face that comes out of the package. But then we get a head that could be a little confusing to me at first. So we get this face that kind of has like an evil grin on it, which with his mouth slightly open. Now, after doing some thinking and a little bit of research from Steven's Toy Reviews, this is apparently supposed to be the face that he's making in the poster. Which, why do you get this? Its only use is for the poster. The poster. Well, I guess if you do have the other one that has the monster hands from the poster, so that's okay. And now we have my favorite one, the baring teeth face, or just getting to get the Losers Club. Now, this face is cool, has some nice painting on the teeth. I don't know if you can see that. And, of course, the sculpting on all these heads is, of course, amazing. Now we get to my favorite accessory. Now, you get the little foam book, the little picture book that occurs in the seed where the Losers Club is looking up the picture book for information of Pennywise, and then Pennywise appears on one of the pictures and then tries to reach out for the Losers Club. So, this little picture here is not, like, glued on. It's like a decal. Decals, I don't know what you call them. But then we have this hand here that's sculpted, and this hand here can actually be removed to go along with this hand here. So you get those pairs as well. And each hand, and the hand is movable, so you can have it kind of like this, or you can have it like this, or have it like this, whatever you want. And of course, it has a hinge as well. So good accessories, of course, alternating from the original. So, yeah. So let's get into his articulation, shall we? Of course, this is NECA Ultimate. This will have different articulation, but since of his design, I think the articulation works pretty well. So first things first for the neck, we get a ball joint at the head, which can swivel as well. And this collar piece is separate, so when you remove the head, you're going to have to remove this as well and put that on any of the faces. You get a ball joint here, and of course a swivel. Arms are on a swivel hinge, so they can move all the way around. Now, of course, guys, and as I can't stress this enough, please, 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 like, hair dry these joints before you play with them. Like this elbow joint here was stiff. It was frozen. So I had to go in with a hair dryer and like bend it slightly until it finally get in. Same with the hands. Every time I swapped them when I first got him, little flicks of white paint would come out because there was too much paint in the joints. So, with all that in mind, he broke it fairly well. So he can move out that far and go in that far. This is the first NECA, one of the first NECA figures that I have that has double jointed elbows. So bend that. So he can bend that far, and he can bend out that far. And of course, there's an elbow swivel because it's connected with a peg. Swivel hinges at the wrists, which is pretty cool. Now, previously mentioned ball joint at the waist, which allows for an arcing back and a crunch. And of course, keep in mind that the pom-poms are here, so they could possibly peel off. Rotation at the leg, which is possible because this whole area here is a rubber plastic, so that allows the leg to move forward that far. can move back that far. Allows for a pretty good spread. It's just that one leg here doesn't want to go out as much as this leg, so it could be a little confusing. And then of course we have a bend at the knee and a knee swivel and a ball joint at the ankle, which allows for rotation and also somewhat of a pivot. So articulation on this guy is pretty good, and it's actually really appropriate for this character. So you can get him into a good poses and combine with a lot of the accessories. And from the painting, the sculpting, the pretty good posability, I have to say this is probably one of my favorite NECA figures so far. Probably second favorite to Chucky, the NECA Ultimate Chucky, because, yeah. So if you're a fan of it, and if you've read the book or you've seen the miniseries, I would highly recommend this figure. It does fix some issues that were in the previous figure, and this is probably going to be one of the definitive Pennywise figures in your collection now. So thank you for watching. As always, like, share, subscribe, all that other stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!